So when dealing with order of operations, we have to remember PEMDAS, okay, the acronym PEMDAS, right? And let's state what PEMDAS means, okay? So let's get started. So the first is P. The P stands for the parentheses. So obviously parentheses, right? Example is like that, parentheses, right? So work on whatever's inside the parentheses first. The next letter is E. E stands for exponents. Okay, the E stands for exponents. So anything with the power of 2, power of 3, whatever power. So x to the power of n. So let me also write that down. X to the power of n. The next letter that we need to understand is M and D, and M and D stands for multiplication, and division. I think I spelled that wrong. Yeah, okay, so multiplication and division, right? And then of course the next letter is A and S, which stands for addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction. I forgot to put an example for subtraction wrong. I forgot to put the multiplication's division, right? It's the multiplication sign or division, and of course it's the addition and the minus sign. So if you understand these, right, order from operation, right, we read from left to right. So we start with the P first, then the E, M and D are together, and then last but not least A and S. So just remember that we start with parentheses first, right? Then we work on any exponents that we see. Multiplication and division is next, and of course we go from left to right. So you use both the operations from left to right. Same thing with addition and subtraction, left to right. Just understand that if you see a subtraction first and then addition, you do the subtraction first. So if you have 5 minus 4 plus 3, you're going to have to do the 5 minus 4 first and then add 3 to it. Okay, same thing with multiplication and division. If you have 5 times 3 divided by 2, you do the 5 times 3 first and then you divide by 2, right? It goes from left to right. And knowing that information, let's get started with our problems, okay? So I have some problems here. Let me scoot this down just a little bit. Let's start with the first problem that we have right here. We have 6 plus 4 parentheses 20 minus 5 times 3, and then close parentheses. So according to PEMDAS, right? According to PEMDAS, we start with the letter P, which is parentheses. Look in here. We have a pair of parentheses. Awesome. Look inside. We have an operation of a subtraction and a multiplication. If you look at PEMDAS, we do multiplication and division first, okay? So we see a multiplication here, so let's do 5 times 3. So we have 6 plus 4 times 20 minus 15, because 5 times 3 is 15. And then you do the subtraction, which is 20 minus 5. So let's do that real quick. We have 6 plus 4 times 5, because 20 minus 15 is 5. Now we have a plus sign and a pair of parentheses. This is not P for parentheses. This is actually multiplication. This is telling us that 4 is being multiplied by 5. So knowing that, we're still under multiplication and division. So we're going to do 4 times 5 first, and then we're going to add to 6. So we're going to do 6 plus 20, because 4 times 5 is 20. And then 6 plus 20, that should get us a final answer of 26, okay? So again, we used order of operation. We applied PEMDAS to our rules, okay? Knowing that, let's move on to number 2. So here's number 2, right? And then there's number 3, but I'm just going to scoot it down just a little bit, just like that. All right, so we have square rooting that we have to deal with. And of course, remember the PEMDAS rule. All right, first things first, let's look under the square root that we have right here, and let's start with P for parentheses. There's 2 pairs of parentheses that we need to work with. So let's start with the left side first, okay? We have a 5 plus 2 times 4. Remember, multiplication comes first, so we're going to do 2 times 4 first, and then we're going to add it to the 5, and then we're going to apply the exponent. Yes, E comes before multiplication and division, the exponent, but since the exponent is on the outside of the parentheses, we're going to do that last, okay? So let's do 2 times 4 first. So we have the square root of 5 plus 8 to the power of 2 minus 9 minus 2 times 2 to the power of 2. Okay, again, I'm going step by step, so I'm not doing this side, I'm doing this side. Then we're going to do 5 plus the 8, which should get us, let me do an equal sign. It should be 13 to the power of 2 minus 9 minus 2 to the times 2 to the power of 2. And let me just get my calculator so I can figure out what 13 to the power of 2 is. That is 169 minus 9 minus 2 times 2 to the power of 2. Okay, so again, I'm just going to drag this down a little further down there. All right, and then we're going to work on the right side. So again, this is multiplication, so we're going to do 2 times 2 first. So that should get us the square root of 169 minus 9 minus 4 to the power of 2. If we keep on working this out, we should get 169 minus 5 to the power of 2. And again, let me just draw this out bottom. And we should get, let me just do the work over here because I kind of ran out of space. We should get equals 169 minus 25, because remember, 5 to the power of 2 is 25, 5 times 5. And then 169 minus just 25. Let me just use my calculator real quick. That should get us, the square root of 144, because 169 minus 25 is 144. And the square root of 144 is 12. Okay, so that should be our final answer. Technically, it's plus or minus 12, but we're going to talk about that later, okay? So that's number 2 that we have right here. And the last one I want to go over is number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to a new page because I ran out of space on this page. Copy. And then I'm going to paste it over here. All right, so this is number 3. Let's work on number 3 real quick, okay? So this one is a fraction. So as you can see over here, there's a square root. We're going to square root our final answer. But first, let's take care of the numerator first. Okay, so we have 6 times 7 first. So let's do that real quick. We have the square root of 42 minus, and then we're going to do 5 times 2, which is 10, over, and then let's do the denominator too. Why not? We have 2 times 7, because remember, multiplication comes first, so that's 14 minus, and then 3 times 2, which is 6, just like that. And if it does help, you should also write down the order of operation, right? PEMDAS, just like that. And then we're going to subtract. We're going to do 42 minus 10, and then we're going to do 14 minus 6. So let's do that real quick. We have the square root of 32 over, what is that? 14 minus 6 is 8. And then, of course, we're going to have to divide that. The 32 and 8, 32 divided by 8 should get us, let me write this down, the square root of 4. And, of course, the square root of 4 is 2. Just like that.